Welcome, everybody. We're gonna watch the Lahore Qalandars and Islamabad United game together right now. We've got Lahore at 27 for none out, and Fakhar's going pretty nicely. Just had a boundary again. He is in some form, they're saying. So I'm watching the game on Sling TV. We're here in New York, and Sling TV is usually pretty reliable, but sometimes the live footage kind of goes off and then you have to log back in again. That's what I was experiencing with the game that was between Lahore Qalandars and Karachi Kings. So hoping that I get to consistently watch this game without interruptions so I can keep you guys in the loop also, but also enjoy the game myself. This is a big game. Really excited actually between Lahore and Islamabad because this is kind of like deep bowling versus deep batting. Islamabad United has the deep batting, and Lahore Qalandars have the deep bowling. And they have a pretty good batting too right now. For example, both Shafiq and Fakhar are doing pretty good. We're in the third over, and they already have 32, and that's a pretty good start. Wasim Jr. is bowling right now, and both Fakhar and Shafiq are going in attack mode. And Shafiq also just struck a four. And this is what was missing in Karachi Kings game versus the Zulmi. You know, and not only Karachi Kings versus the Zulmi, but in a lot of Karachi Kings games, Karachi is at the bottom of the table right now for a lot of reasons. But one of the reasons is that on the one end, you would have uh, somebody firing, and on the other end, you just have a person just trying to rotate the strike. And a lot of times that was babarazam trying to rotate the strike. And we can't really, let just Shergill open and hit. The other end also has to contribute. This is T20. These are batting wickets. This is Pakistan. Bowlers get destroyed on these pitches. You have to be really phenomenal, really on top of your game to actually do well in Pakistani pitches. So that's what we've got going on. And here, it looks like Qalandars have figured that out. At least right now, it looks like they've figured it out because both Shafiq and Zaman are going for it. There's no playing around, there's no waiting around, there's no rotation of the strike, and they're both taking risks. And they also know Islamabad United bowling is just not very good. It's got one or two good bowlers. We've got the captain Shadab Khan, we've got Mahmoud Asim, and that's really it. In as far as strike bowlers are concerned, Fahim is good, no doubt. He's going to do well. He might get you a breakthrough here and there, but he's not so good that he's going to cause a lot of problems for the opposition. So let's see how Islamabad United does. But so far, Lahore Qalandars pretty well established. It's looking like. Hate to say well established because it's only the third over. The third over just ended, and you know you can't say somebody's established in the third over, but their score's looking pretty good. That's what I really mean. So they're doing pretty good. They've been scoring, you know, close to 15 and over. Right now, both Fakhar and Shafiq are on 18 off nine balls. They have the identical score right now. They both scored 18 off nine balls. And Wakas is in. All right. Some bodyline bowling. First ball, right in the rib cage. A nice bounce. So let's see how he does. He's a left arm fast medium. He's got 14 wickets in 12 matches, and his economy 7.88. So not bad. Let's see how they do. Wakas, I haven't seen Wakas bowl very much. His best is, I think, 2 for 18 or something. He's gotten 2 wickets or something. He's got a pretty good economy rate. He's not bad. He's bowling with a fairly new ball, so let's see how we do. Shafiq playing proper cricket. That's nice. Just took a single. Now they're 42 for nothing. So the power play's on. We've got 42. And I guess I should mention I am supporting Lahore Qalandar in this game. I'm a Lahori. I was born in Lahore, so I got to represent Lahore. And Islamabad United definitely scares me. I was scared about this game. It's 4:30 in the morning here in New York right now. So, I was waking up. As soon as I woke up, I'm stressed out. What's going to happen? What's Islamabad going to do? Because Islamabad's been so explosive. And the fielding has been really good so far. They've got two direct hits already. Luckily, nobody got out, but Islamabad is putting on the pressure. They're not playing around. They're very intense team, high intensity. They play with pretty high level of energy, and Lahore has to keep up. And I think Lahore knows this, and that's kind of evident in their attitude right now, their body language, and the style of their play so far. We're in the fourth over. Three balls have been bowled, and they're sitting at 43. That's a pretty good score. And what else is interesting is another onside Asad Shafiq 4. He lobbed it up a little bit. It was in the air in the circle and then bounced a few times for getting to the boundary. But yeah, so Islamabad United won the toss and they put Lahore into bat. And we have seen, generally speaking, a lot of times, not in every single case, but a lot of times, teams who won the toss have won the game. And in some of the games, there was due later on in the second inning. It was hard to bowl and field. But Shafiq now went into offside. So two fours in opposite directions. One on the onside, one on the off. And now we've crossed a 50. So 51 for naught. And a beautiful, beautiful drive. I mean, Shafiq is definitely talented and also skilled. You could tell he's got very proper form, plays proper cricket, and never really thought of him as a T20 player, but he's done pretty well so far. Let's see what happens here. Last ball, it looks like a wide. Yep, called wide. So far we've got 8 runs and a wide, now 9. So not a great first over, but the first two balls are pretty good. If he keeps that line, that body length, pitching just off good length, the ball rising, coming to your rib cage, you kind of have to like jump to stop that ball, or you have to play a really, really brave kind of a hook or a pull to get that ball away. And Wakas's over is done, and we got 11, 12 runs off this over. All right, they're maintaining a double digit run rate, which is going to be key here. Especially in this power play, things are going to slow down very soon, and they need to really be sure that they put up at least uh, close to 70 in these power play overs, for which they look like they're on target. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. First 10 overs are going to be obviously important, and the last five are going to be obviously important. The good thing right now is that Lahore hasn't lost any wicket. We're 53 for none, and that's all right. It's a pretty good position to be in. Let us know who you're supporting in the comments. I'm supporting Lahore Qalandars. I know there's a lot of Islamabad United fans. The Islamabad United fans, they're pretty brutal. They've got a they've got an attitude, a lot of confidence, but that's what PSL is all about, right? It's about love and passion, just going at it. So now who do we have? We have Fahim in. He's bowled one over already. This is his second, and he's got that line right now. That was very good. A rising delivery, short of good length, but he's mixing it up a little bit too. It's hard to tell. Hard to read his balls. He also hides the ball pretty well. Um, Follow the batsman Shafiq, try to step back, give himself some room, and Fahim followed him and just didn't get a hit. And in the power plays, Islamabad United is at the top. They've got a run rate of 12.67 in power plays. Lahore Qalandars is in the second position at 10 and over, and Quetta Gladiators is in the third position at almost 9 and over. Multan Sultans is fourth, Zalmi fifth, and we already know who's last. So, the funny thing is, Nick got a nick, four, bit lucky there. That was Fakhar Zaman on strike. All right. So we've got, pretty good bowling from Fahim right now. This is a pretty good over so far, but luckily they got a four. Yeah, right through the gap. Yeah, this is what Islamabad needs. So I was saying the funny thing is that my top two teams going into this PSL, and mind you, this is the first PSL that I'm watching like regularly and not missing games. Before this, I knew about PSL. Being here in New York, it's always hard to kind of watch all the games because not all games always come on and are available to you for streaming. But lately they have been, and I just hadn't watched a lot of PSL in the past. So I always kept track of my cricket on uh, all of the websites that do live scores and things. So that's how I would keep up. But this is the first time I'm actually watching the games, and it's sad in a way because this is the first time that they don't have a lot of crowd. Um, so that's kind of sad. Don't really get to see the environment at its potential, what it could be. But it's still nice to see that players are out there playing. And so my top two teams were Karachi Kings and Quetta Gladiators. So Quetta Gladiators, I was, really going for. That's my number one team, and then Karachi Kings, my number two team. Clearly, Karachi Kings is not making very good progress. Now they're actually in a pretty dangerous kind of position. It's not looking like they're gonna make it anywhere far. But they still have 6 games left. They've lost 4 and 4. We'll see what happens. But here's Fakhar Zaman trying to you know, get the run rate going again. But if the car is really maintaining that line, short of good length, the ball rising up to your rib cage, not really giving you a chance to read the pace, not really giving you a chance to pull without a lot of risk and safety. So that's the good line they want to keep. So having picked Karachi Kings and Quetta Gladiators, I'm kind of feeling now like I don't know if either of them is gonna really win this cup because both the Kings and the Gladiators are, you know, not doing as well. And we'll talk about the Gladiators in a little bit too. But Karachi Kings got a lot of problems right now. Babar's pretty much alone, not really getting a lot of support. Sharjeel fires once in a while. We know Sharjeel. We know what he can do. Could cause a lot of damage. He's devastating. He's explosive as a batsman, but you got to be more consistent than that. He's just not very consistent. Wasim Jr.'s back into the attack. Fakhar had himself in a pretty bad position for that short ball that came up pretty quick, actually. He wasn't ready for that. He didn't expect that. It followed his head, kind of. Um, and it's a pretty good pace that he's bowling at, so it's hard to read sometimes. Fakhar looked like he was disappointed with himself. But so far, 61 in the sixth over. I was saying that they should have at least 70 in the power play. This is the last over of the power play, so let's see what they do. A lot of short balls going on. This one is called wide, and it was also a slow short ball, 125 Ks. So not that great. Um, but when you're trying to play with the short ball like that, when you're trying to go, you know, a um, less short, and you're trying to tweak your line a little bit for the batsman based on their height, you're trying to gauge where the bounce is because you want to get the right bounce. In that experimentation, you are gonna mess up once in a while. It's a high risk delivery for a bowler to bowl also, any kind of short ball. That short of good length rising ball to the rib cage, it's hard to bowl because you have to really get that perfect spot. This time around, Fakhar Zaman expected the short ball. I think they've kind of read the script that they're bowling short, and they want to kind of get an edge. They want to create an opportunity for a catch. But when you bowl short, like I was just saying, it's a risk ball to bowl. And we just got hit for a four. So we have one wide, two dot balls, and one four. So 5 runs off the over. And, Fakhr's waited on this one. He knew that, you know, Wasim is going back to back short balls. Wasim is trying to aim for that length. And this time Fakhr didn't step up or forward. He kind of leaned back a little bit and went for the pull. So pretty well done, 66. And this is the fourth ball of the over. Oh, a good Yorker on the leg side, but it was missing like um, a little appeal, but useless. They still have both of their reviews intact. Lahore's not in any kind of trouble right now. They're off to a good start, 67 for nothing in this sixth over, and Fakhr's got them off to a very good start. Shafiq has contributed really well, very high run rate. Both are at exactly 30 right now off 17 balls. So that tells you the pace and the mentality they brought to the game today. They both have to fire on both ends. They can't rely on one person. This is Islamabad United we're talking about, and that's exactly what Asad Shafiq just did. They took a single on the last ball, and Asad Shafiq just went straight right past Wasim Jr.'s head for a four. So now we got 9 runs, 10 total in this over, and we still have one more delivery to go. And I was saying that we needed 70 in the power play. Oh, beautiful, man. Shafiq has got some style, some quality. He plays the ball and stays in that form for the pictures, snap, snap. He's got that beautiful form. Good guy. I like this guy. 34 off 18 balls. That's what Asad Shafiq he currently stands on. And he's only played 4 matches, and his runs are 107 with 135 strike rate, and his best has been 41. So let's see if he beats his best today. Oh, he went for a single in that one. So we're at 72. Wait, did they? Wow. They turned that into a double. That should not have been. It was inside the circle. He just stopped it on toward the leg side a little bit. And there you go. That's what they're doing, putting pressure on. And we got a pretty good target for our first power play, our only power play. Right. That's pretty nice. So we were saying before that my top two teams are Karachi Kings and Quetta Gladiators. So Karachi Kings has not been doing what Lahore Qalandars is doing right now. So Lahore Qalandars right now is showing us that in a T20, when you're playing a team like Islamabad United, you got to be firing on both ends. You cannot let one person who's hitting or who's in a good nick to just take on and take charge. That's a recipe for disaster when you have a team like either Lahore Qalandars or Islamabad United. So, and it puts too much pressure on that one player who is firing because they know that now you're relying on them. So now they have to fire every ball or, take every chance. It doesn't have to be that way. Qalandars is showing us right now that it can be a game where, you're both ends are firing, right? And you rotate strike once in a while. It's not that big of a priority when both players are going for it. And Lahore's off to a pretty good start, given that it's a good like masterclass for Karachi Kings to really pay attention to. All right, and that's what they weren't doing, and that was a problem. And then Karachi Kings also had bad luck. They lost players. Muhammad Amir never got to play. He's out of PSL because of his injury. Joe Clark was going to be a good batsman. They lost Joe Clark, Muhammad Ilyas, the bowler. They lost him. When you have so many of your players, because remember, when you're as a franchise, picking players, you have a role for every player in your mind. You're thinking about, we want this kind of a bowler. We got, in this slot, and we want this kind of a batsman in this, batting number, batting order. And when people start to drop out, it throws off the balance. No one is expecting, even though with COVID, you were expecting that some people were gonna drop out and you're gonna have to get reserves, but no one is expecting you to, lose so many players at once. And that's what happened to Karachi Kings. So, they just couldn't um, capitalize on that or build off of that, because once you lose those that number of players, it's really hard for any team to build. So that's something that was out of their control. But when you're in the game, you do need both batters to strike. Both have to be going on. And now we have our spinner, Mabuster, and he is bowled pretty well. So far, he's only given 3 runs. We're in 73 right now, and that's not bad. 76. We're in 76. Fakhr's on 32. Shafiq is on 37. And obviously, as you would expect after a power play, things slow down. 4 from his first over, Mabasser, not bad. All right, that's what Islamabad United needs. And they were hoping that, the thing with Islamabad United is they're going to be able to do or maintain this kind of rate, this kind of run rate, right? Their batting is deep also. Now, the interesting part for Islamabad United is if we look at the playing 11, let me pull them up. They're playing 11 today. I thought for a second that Paul Sterling was not going to be around for this game because I thought he was returning, but because he was in such good nick and he's in scary form right now. Um, it's not, if you're a Lahore fan, it's not great, but he's in scary form and he's playing today. All right, him and Hales both are in, and Colin Monroe. These 3 guys had a great game last game. Azam Khan, these 4 guys had a great game last game, and that's what's happening. Shafiq just came down the track, hit a 6. All right, Shadab's first ball, they're going for him, taking the captain on. Shadab's in form, both with the bat and the ball. And his welcome message is, "Hello, here's a 6." Shafiq is not playing around. 83 meters, big 6. All right, no respect given. That's how it should be. And next ball, he's bowled. Oh no! Oh yeah, yeah, Shafiq, what have you done? Yeah, chakka maar ke. Not bad, not bad. Shadab Khan did pretty well. Really good line. Pitched off on the off stump. Came in a little bit. He got the inside edge between bat and pad onto the stumps. He hit 6 4s, one 6, and he got 44, which I think was his previous high score. So he's got this jinx now. He can't, I guess, cross his high score. All right, well, it was good though. That's what we needed. We needed him to bat. We needed him to fire, and he did. He did his job. 44 is no small score in T20, and at the pace that he did, thank you. Well done. See you later. We got a new batter coming in, Kamran Ghulam. When he's fired, he's done well. This is, I think, his 3rd game playing, so we'll see how he does. He's got a lot of potential. All right, so Kamran Ghulam is in, and he's a right-handed batsman, young guy, 26 years old. All right, he's setting up. So now we got a game. Islamabad gets their first breakthrough at 83. Lahore Qalandars at 83 for 1. And We are in the eighth over, being bowled by Shadab Khan, the captain. So not bad. Lahore Qalandars in a very good position. Um, if United get a couple of more wickets, by the 12th over, then it could be a little bit more competitive because after the 12th over, Qalandars is going to try to get back into that attack mode, and they're probably going to lose wickets after that point, right? Because once you start going in attack mode, you're gonna you're gonna lose some wickets because you're going for your shots, and Lahore just now has to kind of try to get to over 10 and not lose a wicket, and we should see if that works to their benefit, and if it works the way we want it to work. We don't want to lose another wicket in the next two overs. It's going to be critical. We don't want this momentum to get on the side of Islamabad United, because once they're on top of you, they destroy you. I mean, Islamabad United has this like lethal. I think they should be called the Gladiators, right? Without no disrespect to the Quetta Gladiators, but Quetta Gladiators don't play uh, you know, with that gladiator kind of mentality of like, going for the kill. They haven't demonstrated that, but Islamabad United definitely has that mentality. They go into attack mode from ball one. All right. In bowling two, they're giving attacking bowling, short balls, body line, wicket to wicket bowling. They've got all the good things going on. It's just that Lahore batting was really good this time around, so they couldn't. Uh, you know, Lahore did really well, by the way, to play these first 8 overs and only lose one wicket and strike at the level that they were striking at. Lahore did really well. I'm very, very impressed. I'm very happy. Fakhar is still on the ground, on the pitch, and as long as he's there, we can imagine that uh, we're gonna get you know a pretty healthy run rate. Fakhar tried to come down the ground again against Mubashir, and it just didn't work. He didn't time it well. Kind of got the toe end of the bat. The ball didn't, I guess, rise as much as he expected it to. So Fakhar is trying to hit, but he's looking like he's not really getting or timing the ball very well right now. And Mubashir's bowling really well. There you go. I It might be out. It's over. All right, so Ghulam went for it. We didn't need that. We really didn't need that. He should have taken his time. That's not right. I don't know why he went to attack Mubasser, knowing that Mubasser only went for like 4 runs in his first over. See, this is game awareness. Like, a lot of players don't have it, and a lot of players are either feeling too confident or just not paying attention to anything except themselves. And that might sound oversimplistic, but when you are out there in the field, you're paying a lot of attention to yourself. You're thinking about your own timing. What are you doing? Are you seeing the ball? Are you moving well? Is your body feeling okay? You're paying attention to all those things, and you're also paying attention to then who the bowler is, and obviously what's the field looking like, and how's the field changing. So there's a lot of things to pay attention to, but one thing you stop maybe paying attention to is the scoreboard or the long-term vision for the game. And that's an easy thing to lose sight on. And a lot of younger players, because they have so much on their mind, and our brain, our cognitive space is limited. We can't, keep unlimited amount of things and process them at the same time. So players who have that good working memory, this is kind of the psychological side of and the cognitive side of cricket that a lot of people don't talk about. But you need your executive functions to be top notch to be a great player. Like, you need to have your not only your mental energy conserved, um, but you also need to have your working memory free enough that you can keep all these different facets of the ongoing game in mind at the same time and not lose track of one aspect over the other. You have to pay attention to yourself. You have to pay attention to the bowler. You have to pay attention to the fielders. You have to pay attention to the body language of the opposition. You have to pay attention to your own body language, but you also have to pay attention to, you know, the data, the numbers, the scoreboard, and you also have to pay attention to the long game. Like, what's the vision? What is possible at this rate? And all of those things, not everybody could keep on their mind or in their mind at the same time and execute well on them. And that's the challenge. That's what makes any sport challenging. This applies to all the sports. You can't just go in thinking like you're going to play your own game and not pay attention to anything else. That it just doesn't work like that. And players should really focus on, the long-term plan for the team, for the match. And now we have Mohammad Hafiz in. So we're sitting at 88 for 2. I was hoping we wouldn't lose 2 wickets because Fakhar is still going to keep going. Another, wow. Okay, so this Fakhar didn't get the bat on it. You know, is in going for a 6, but didn't really get the bat on the ball once again. So Fakhar is like, he played those pull shots once or twice, but otherwise he's looking like now it's harder for him to read the ball. All right, so Fakhar's not doing all that great in the last couple of overs. Let us know in chat what you're thinking, where you're at with this. What's your prediction? Let me check my messages real quick. It's our first live stream, by the way, at Crickellectuals. We've never done a live stream before. It's our first one, and we thought, what better game to pick than Islamabad United and Lahore Qalandars right now, because both teams right now are ranked high. Islamabad in the second place, Lahore Qalandars in the third, and they're fighting for glory, fighting for their spot on the table in the points chart. And both teams are doing pretty good. So it's a good opportunity for us to do a quick live stream and see how things are going. But let us know what you think. Who do you got winning? I'm personally thinking right now that Qalandars is in okay shape. I would have liked it if Qalandars had not lost 2 wickets right now. The last 2 wickets they lost were cheap, lost cheaply, unnecessary shots. Shafiq didn't have to do that, but understood Shafiq was playing his role. Um, and now we have Hafiz and Fakhar. So we have experience, we have explosiveness, and we have good cricket. So Hafiz, he has all those things also. Fakhar is now 38 off 26 balls. He hasn't really been able to hit the spinners. So the spinners have really worked. That was a good move from Shadab Khan. The spinners have really slowed things down. And we're in the 10th over now. And we're at one stage for the 10th over, I was predicting 110. Now it's looking like we might not even get to 100 because right now we're 93 for 2 in the 10th over. 2 more balls to go. And it's Shadab. And this might be a catch. It's a catch. Yep. There you go. All right. Fakhar's gone. Now it's problems for. See, this is what I was saying. I just a little while ago said Lahore cannot lose 2 wickets in the next 2 overs. And within 10 overs, between over 8 and over 10, they've thrown away 3 wickets. I mean, Fakhar's trying to do what he's doing, but I would think that after you've kind of mistimed a few deliveries, you want to give yourself some time and take a moment. But nope, 38. Fakhar Zaman made 38 and he's gone. So now we are 93 for 3 in the 10th over. All right. It's Now it's tough. Islamabad is in the game. All right. So now that 200 total that we were thinking, now that's in jeopardy. So Islamabad United has complete ability to get 200 easily. Um, this time the bowling is better though. I don't think they've faced this quality bowling opposition before today. So Islamabad is going to have a true test today when they face Shaheen Shah Afridi. Um, it's going to be a good competition. It's a good challenge for them. Now we have Salt. Phil Salt is here, wicketkeeper batter. He's pretty good with the bat. His strike rate is 120. He hasn't really fired in PSL, but let's see how he does. A lot of turn. Hafiz is getting not Hafiz. Both the spinners are getting turns, and Shadab especially. Shadab is getting a lot of turn. All right, so Lahore's in trouble right now. We didn't want that. We didn't want 3 out in 10 overs, but that's where we're at. Between overs 8 and over 10, I said we can't leave or can't lose 2 wickets, and that's what's happened. So now we're in a bit of a danger. Now we need a partnership. So unfortunately, what that means is they're gonna slow down. So if his experience comes in handy here. While they're slowing down, he needs to keep the run rate moving and staying above 8 and over. Right now, the run rate is 9.30, and it's slowly going down every ball because the spinners are really choking Lahore right now. The spinners are going and getting them. All 3 wickets off spinners. All 3 were catches. All 3 were um, players trying to go for big shots and just didn't get a hold of it. All right, and Islamabad United is looking like they're back in it. You know, they've kind of ridden the wave and the dangerous time that was the first power play, and it's over now. So Mubasser is his bowling his third over, and he's only given 10 runs, and he's gotten a wicket. So really good bowling. All right, so this is very impressive, and now we have 2 brand new batters on the wicket. Hafiz has 3 off 6 balls. Salt 1 off 1 ball. And I don't know how frequently Hafiz and Salt have played together. Hafiz tries to come down the track, can't really do much with the ball. Mubasser caught on to his stepping down the track. He threw it in short, but the ball turns also. So this is a bit of a slog sweep. Went out deep on the onside, and they got a single. Yeah, this is really smart from Shalab Khan. Well done. 95 for 3 right now. Lahore in not that good of a position anymore. Mubasser wavering in his line a little bit. The last 2 balls he pitched on the leg side, and those are easy singles. They really need to stabilize. Let's send you guys a poll. Who's going to win today? Qalandars or United? All right, friends. So we've got a game on our hands now. That flying start that we got is looking less and less relevant at this stage. 10 overs, didn't really get to 100. And, you know, we're in the 12th over now. 11.1 just bowled, 97 for 3. All right, so what do you guys think is going to be the total? So two questions. One, what's a total that Islamabad United is going to struggle getting? And what's the total that you think Lahore Qalandars are actually going to get, right? Oh, Hafiz, what did you do? Totally mishit. Way outside off stump. It wasn't even a good ball. Should have hit along the ground. It should have been a good cut shot, but he tried to cut it, I guess. But it went in the air. Oh yeah, and it went straight to Sterling. Yeah, dang it. Now it's trouble. That's so. This is cricket. So within 3 overs or 4 overs time, Lahore Qalandars has lost most of its middle order. You know, if you look at it like that, now we got Salt and Brook. I don't know. Not much they can do. They need time. And we have spinners on. And English and Australian players, not all that great with spin. These guys are also. So Harry Brook is here, right handed batter. He's only 22. All right. Let's find out a little bit more about him. So, English batsman. He's playing for Columbus, obviously. He's played um, for under 19s, England, the Hobart Hurricanes, England Lions. All right. So he's doesn't have a lot of experience, but at 22, what do you expect? But he's played those local T20s, 51 of them, and his highest was 91 not out. And his average in those 51 matches is a 32.94. So if he can pull something like that off, something like that is exactly what Lahore needs. We need him to score like 30 plus, stay on the wicket. He's got a really high bat lift. I mean, very high bat lift for a spinner. That's interesting. And what else? What other stats can we look at for him? So his strike rate is 142.61. Again, these are the T20s, played locally. He's only had one international T20, and in that one, he scored only 10 runs. So, oh my God, what have you done? Salt. Phil Salt goes. Lahore's down 4. 12th over. Shadab Khan takes another wicket. What the heck was it? 2 overs in this wicket for 2 wickets in this over for Shadab. What are they doing? See, playing spin is not easy. Ah, just an ordinary ball. He was trying to flick it to the onside, went to the back foot a little bit, and because he was playing across the line, that's the problem with playing across the line. You could either edge it, or you might hit. If you don't time it well, you're gonna hit the toe of the bat, and the ball's not gonna go very far. And I think both of those things happened. The ball jumped up on him, and that was it. Lahore in trouble. This is not looking good, friends. Ah, off to such a good start. Now it's 98 for 5. What the heck? David Wisa is here. He's the last hope. We know he could be pretty good with the bat. He does some power hitting near the end, but now he has to play a whole freaking match. We have 8 overs he's got to play. Oh gosh, not looking good. So now we have Harry Brook and David Wisa. And Harry Brook doesn't have a lot of experience. He hasn't played a lot of these bowlers, especially the likes of Shadab Khan. He's a pretty good spinner. So Wisa has to kind of use his experience to get settled real quick. Yeah, they're playing Shadab off the back foot because Shadab's got this really good line that they either have to um, step down the wicket and play it early, or they have to pull back and stop it and try to flick it one way or other. So that's good bowling. When you only give those all batsmen only those two options, that's pretty good bowling. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're pulling back, going on the back foot, and trying to just maneuver the ball around for singles. So good bowling, but David Wisa is 36. Namibia and South Africa are the two teams he's played for, and a ton of experience. 102 one-day internationals, 102 one-day international runs, 339 T20 international runs. He's played first class, list A. He's played 279 T20s, not internationals, but local T20s. That's an enormous amount of games. 279 matches. It's incredible. And his average is 23.46 in those. His average in T20 internationals is 22.60. And the strike rate in T20 internationals is 125. And local T20s, his strike rate was 141. So he's a good player to have, but we just don't know if he's going to be able to do any damage right now. Right now, he just needs to kind of establish himself, get past these spinners. When Buster's bowling his last over, he's has not given any runs, man. He's got one wicket, only gave 15 runs so far. You know, we finally got a boundary. We saw cut him for a four. Yeah, it was bowled outside of off stump, and it also turned, making it pretty easy. Backward point, easy work. We need more of those. If Lahore's going to win, we need more of those. But see, this is the thing. Now we need. This is the moment when we need babarazam kind of batting. You know, very strategic, very intentional, and patient. Right? Wait for that bad ball, hit a boundary, rotate strike. Wait for the bad ball, hit a boundary, rotate strike. Now we can do that. Now we have to do that. We're down 5 wickets. We don't have a lot of wickets left. We're only on 108. By now, we should have been on 125. But yeah, now it's not looking very good. It doesn't look like we're going to get to 200. If we do, that would be great. For Islamabad United, you would need at least 200. And Brook gets in a boundary also. Swept really fine. And now we're on 108 for 5. And that was off Shadab. Kind of like a paddle sweep. Um, Sat down, did a little paddle sweep, and got a boundary. Really fine. We're on 108 for 5. Wisa and Brook out. lucky again. Brooke went the aerial route in the covers, and luckily it didn't have too much bat on it because um, it bounced before it got to the fielder. So really, they don't want to be doing that kind of like don't hit aerial shots right now. That's a basic. Now that was a bad ball, full toss, but it was flighted. So with flighted deliveries, it's hard to really middle them because you don't know when they're gonna dip. But they should have gotten a boundary off that. That was David. We saw who played it, but he just took a single. 110 for five now. All right, they're gonna go for two. Nope, one. Here we are. 111 for five. This over of Shadab has been better for Lahore. Seven off it, and still two more deliveries to go. 111 for five. Another single. David Visa having a good time, having a laugh. Shadab having a good time, having a laugh. Well, Shadab should be happy. Really good bowling. He's got four wickets. Gosh, how? It's incredible. This man is just performing like a champ right now. Oh my God, so much turn. It was a googly and came in sharp, pitched up too. And he has a slip. Luckily, it wasn't in the air. Man, that's some really good bowling going on from Shadab Khan. Probably the best I've seen in this tournament for him. He's getting a lot of turn. So the spinners have all but choked Lahore. They've gotten key breakthroughs, but the 8 overs that the spinners had are gone. I don't know who they're going to put in next. I wonder who they're going to put in to bowl next. See, Islamabad United, I always view them as not a good bowling side, but clearly I'm wrong because they are, they got five of these wickets and four of them they got pretty cheaply. I would say actually all five of them went out pretty cheaply. Who's coming into the attack? Because Mubassir finished his quota. Oh, Hassan Ali. Oh, yeah. Hassan Ali can go for runs. We know that. But he's also very good. He's got good pace, very experienced, very energetic. So let's see what happens. They have to go after Hassan. They have no choice. Now for the Qalandars, we have the three bowlers that we got to watch out for, and they would really now have to perform well. Are gonna be Muhammad Hafiz, of course. Um, we need Rashid Khan and Shaheen Shah Afridi, right? These guys and Haris Rauf. Man, that bowling side, when you say those names, it's lethal. It is great. But it's going to be a true test of Islamabad United to see if they could actually face bowling like that and still score. We'll see. We'll see if Islamabad United is really about that life. You know, Haris Rauf. We have Zaman Khan also. Haris Rauf, Zaman Khan, Shaheen, Rashid Khan. The only weak link is really David Wisa, and then you also have Muhammad Hafiz. Gosh, that's good bowling side. We're gonna see how Islamabad United deals with that. So they had this thing at the stadium that I was laughing at, where you have to race this animated uh, like bar. So the bar is going up, and one of the fans stands next to it, and they have to run, and they kind of have to beat the bar in a race. So the bar's going up, and the fan is trying to run, and the fans are usually not winning. And they had this guy who was not in the best shape running right now, and that looked pretty funny. So now we're at 116. Last ball of the 15th over is going to be bowled by Hassan Ali. Score is 111, is it? Let me just confirm the score. 120. 120. Oh, I see what's happening here. I have a lag. I'm a little bit behind here. So my video footage that I'm getting, oh, that's a 4. That's how they got to 120. All right, so 120 for 5 at the end of 15 overs. Now, um, so I have Crick Info up where I also keep track of the score and some of their commentary, and also lets me get access to player profiles very easily. So if we need to learn a little bit about a player, I can click and find out and tell you guys about it. And I think my video live game footage is probably about 2 minutes behind because Cricket Info was already showing 120 when we were on 116 on the game that I'm watching on my live stream. So interesting. I guess you'll those of us who are watching alongside me will maybe know what's happening before I do. Don't ruin it for us in chat. Don't spoil. I guess you should. You should let us know as soon as something big happens in chat. All right, so 5 more overs to go. The last 5 overs, what should be the score in the last 5 overs? What should Lahore go for? Honestly, when I look at what they have left, you know, to bat, like who's up next? Rashid Khan, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Haris Rauf, and Zaman Khan. Out of those players, only Rashid Khan can reliably do damage, right? So this is the bad position that Lahore put themselves in. They were, they didn't have the foresight, or at least they didn't demonstrate the foresight of getting through those bowlers, of those spinners in Mubassir and Shadab. Instead, they gave all of their wickets away. Their entire top order went, in those 8 overs. And now we're in the position of 5 overs left where you would have wanted a Fakhar Zaman, you know, but now we don't have access to that. Um, so what's the reasonable total we can get? 5 overs, 55, I think is the most they can get. But that's like, you know, I think that's generous. Given the batting we have left, we don't have much left. So a lot rests on the shoulder of David Wisa and Harry Brook also. Brook hasn't really shown a lot of confidence right now. So I don't see him um, picking up. His strike rate right now is 81.81, 9 off 11 balls. But he had to face most of that spin bowling. So maybe with the Pacers, he's going to be a little bit better. We need him to have that, 130 plus strike rate that he had in T20 cricket in his record. Um, Rashid Khan can hit a few sixes. We've seen that. He's got that little flick to the onside, the iconic flick to the onside for a six. We'll see if he can do that. And then we don't have anyone else. Shaheen is not going to really be able to do much. Haris Rauf, and Shaheen bat in a similar kind of a way. They're both, they might get they're strong, so they might get a six or two, but it's unlikely. Um, and then we have Zaman Khan. I don't know what kind of a batter he is. but he's number 11 for a reason, so can't expect much. Out of Shaheen Shah Afridi, Harsov, Zaman Khan, you can expect, I don't know, 10 runs apiece, if that. So really, Wisa, Brook, and Rashid is what we got left. Now, they have to get to Wisa and Brook, I think, should really take us to over 18 if they can. But I know they're going to feel like they need to hit. So let's see how it goes. Oh, um, swaying wide on the leg side. Who's back in attack right now? Wakas is back, bowling his second over. He was expensive in the first. His line was not good right now in the first ball. It's just he was lucky he didn't get smashed. But let's see how he does. So Wakas bowls left arm, fast medium, um, a short ball. It was a very slow delivery. I guess it was a slow bouncer he tried to go for. Didn't work, but also didn't get smashed to the boundary. So we got 2 runs off of that now. Lahore sitting at 1, 2, 3 for 5. 123 for 5. So, yeah, looking like probably a 155, 165 kind of a score, if I'm being realistic. I don't know what these batters are really going to be able to do, you know? And Lahore is definitely on the back foot right now because they know they can't get out. They can't really, they don't have the bank of wickets where they could all try to hit and take risks. So now we're looking at probably, 165. But Brooke had a good summer in England, and let's see how he does. He needs to relax. He looks nervous a little bit. So we have 2 overs left of Wasim Jr., Fahim Ashraf, and Hassan Ali. Oh man, this is not that easy of a bowling attack to kind of hit a lot of runs off of. They might attack Fahim maybe. Hassan. Hassan can go for runs. Wasim Jr. They all, they're all good bowlers. It's hard to imagine what can be done. But they are taking singles and doubles. Its current run rate is 7.96. Yeah, that's not good. You know, again, if if the total is 165, 170, that's not enough. It's just not going to be enough. Islamabad United's top order is just too big, too heavy, too many hard hitters. We got Sterling, Hales, Monroe, Shadab himself in such good nick. Shadab batted like Shahid Afridi back in the day when Shahid used to just come in and, score 50s and 20, 25 balls. That's how Shadab was batting. So he's in a dangerous state of mind and performance. Then you got Azam Khan, who had such a good run last game. He's probably full of confidence. Man. And then you have Asif Ali. It just doesn't end. Their batting just doesn't end. That's why it's so frustrating. I can't stand it. And then we got Mubasir Khan. Nah, not that much of a threat. Fahim Ashraf can bat. And then we have Muhammad Usim. Hassan Ali can bat. Jeez. This is, you know, they have the batters. But the thing with Hassan Ali as a batter is that, he doesn't, he's not as sensible, as intentional, as thoughtful a batter as you would expect or you would want. So he can hit, but he might not be as smart about it. So really, I feel like their batting kind of ends at number 8 of Fahim Ashraf, number 8. That's still so good. If we don't score 200, and by we I mean Lahore Qalandars. If Lahore Qalandars doesn't score 200, I don't see a chance. The game has kind of turned upside down. They're off to such a good start. The power play was perfectly executed. My goodness. Hassan pitching in short. This time gets a four. About time. Thank you. Brooke finally gets one in, man. Him and Hassan are having a bit of a battle. Really high backlift. This guy. Uh yeah, he didn't look very comfortable with that short ball either. This ball was like that. It was a little too low. There you go, Brooke. That's it. Get him, man. Get him. Be confident. You got it. He needs confidence. He's just too scared. It looked too scared to really be going for it. Even the four that he hit on the last delivery, right now, he just hit a six, I think. Yep. Low, low shot. It didn't go too high in the air, but, you know, the boundary. Oh, no, it was a four. Never mind. Not a six, a four. Very close one, though. Um, he almost had his eyes closed. That first four he hit on the second delivery off Hassan, almost had his eyes closed. So I think he's struggling. He might not, be used to the pace. There you go. Brook coming through. Three fours, third four in a row. 12 runs. There you go, Brook. Confidence coming back. See what confidence does? That's why I'm worried about our friend Azam Khan. He's feeling real confident. Same thing with Sterling, feeling real confident. Same thing with Hales, feeling really confident. And I guess I should add Monroe to that list and Shadab Khan to that list. All of them feeling really confident. Not good. It's such a scary batting lineup. Islamabad United, man. Well, Brook is showing you what he's about. He is back in his element. Fourth four. Four fours in a row. So Hassan Ali can go for runs, as I said before. And now he's going for runs because he gets very emotional. He starts to pitch fast, and that leads him to stray off his line. And, you know, he's got one more ball to go. This was short and wide, and Brooke smashed him. So Brooke now all of a sudden has got 29 runs. Oh, got two now. A bit of a misfield. So we got 145 for five. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna pass 150. So that's good. Thank God they didn't lose another wicket because another wicket down would have killed it. David Wisa and Brooke have to stay. That's really all our batting. We can only rely on Rashid Khan after this. So they really need to take some responsibility, stay on, carry on, and be safe until um, the 19th over. So I think they need to get to this next over is key. I wonder who's going to get it. We got Wasim Jr. still, and we also have Fahim Ashraf. Wasim, I think they want probably Wasim to bowl the 19th. And no, it's actually, wow. So Wakas they brought back in. I don't think that was a good move. Should not have brought in Wakas. So first ball, he goes for a four. David Wisa hit a four. Now David is at 20 off of 13 balls. Wakas bowls from really like wide off the stump in the bowler's end. He's like way out there. Kind of reminds me of Shoaib Akhtar sometimes. He would go so far out and create that angle in. And Waqas Maksud is also a lefty. So he's trying to, get that angle going. Ah, David Visa hits it high, and that's out. Azam Khan gets it. Yeah, we didn't need to lose a wicket right now. There's too many balls left. We needed David Visa to kind of stay on. But nope, he's out on 20, and we're at 149 for six. Rashid Khan's going to come in. And Rashid Khan, he's a hitter. I doubt that he's going to actually, be able to like play smart. But he's done well in the past, so hopefully he kicks in for Lahore right now. Lahore needs him. Brook needs more strike now that Brook hit four fours in a row off Hassan Ali. Hassan Ali's probably not going to come back. We're going to get Wasim Jr. And I think, I hope I'm right about Fahim Ashraf. Yeah, Fahim Ashraf has only bowled two overs. And Mohammad Wasim Jr. has also only bowled two overs. And out of them, Fahim Ashraf was more economical. Wasim was a bit more expensive. His economy was 13.50, and Fahim Ashraf's economy is 8.50. Wasim did, you know, also throw in a wide, two overs. They've both bowled two. So we got the helicopter man, Rashid Khan, in. Let's see what he can do. Yeah, and not looking good again. Once again, it looks like we're gonna be closer to 165. Ah, yeah, Brooke was smart in getting us to 150. Now let's see where we end up. We have, what do we have? 15 more balls to go. What can we score in 15 balls? We don't know. We don't have much batting left. After this, it's all downhill. Um, Islamabad United has the ability to actually bowl Lahore out right now. They can actually bowl Lahore out because Lahore is going to be desperate for runs. And if it doesn't work, they can be bowled out. They only need 4 wickets. Let's see what Raj Khan does. He's on strike right now. Oh, comes down the wicket. Some crazy shot he played off the top of his head, like lifted up the bat and like hit it down. That's Rashid Khan, unorthodox. See, he's not afraid. He just walked down Waqas Maksud and try to do a helicopter over the head bat shot. It's crazy. That was like a no ball, but he came down the wicket, so it's hard to. It's crazy. Okay, so that, you know, they're taking twos. Oof, some good fielding, but that was in the gap, so they got two. Last ball of the 18th over coming up. I have to say, Waqas Maksud did do better than I expected right now. All right, so didn't think the way his first over went, first couple overs, it didn't look like that he was going to be having this kind of an impact of like putting brakes on. I mean, he's bowling better than Hassan Ali, so not bad at all. That's the thing with lefty bowlers; they can be really effective, especially a guy like him who's going way out. You know, is is bowling from almost from off the grass. Uh, Azam Khan misses a take, and that turns into another run. Shadab's not happy. Alam Khan's keeping is not that great, man. It's not, it's not gonna be a game changer ever. It's too big a guy. He needs to really work on his fitness. He's gonna have better reflexes. If he's fitter, he'll be quicker. He'll be more flexible, you know, and overall probably will feel less fatigued. But Azam Khan really has to turn that around, and if he wants a place in the Pakistan team, he especially has to turn things around. He can't look like this and expect to be an international team. Now, the funny thing is, we also have Paul Sterling. They have almost the same kind of body type physique, and Sterling is he's a batter, and um, when you're a batter like that, some teams have a use for you because Sterling bats so explosively. We just got a four. All right. Wasim Jr., first ball gets hit for a four. And who's the batter? Well, you guessed it. It's Rashid Khan. He did his helicopter chop shop. And Hassan Ali should have really stopped that. And Shadab Khan is not happy. Hassan Ali's pulling one of those you know, semifinal moves. He's gonna have a lot of haters. Hassan Ali is such a funny personality. Should be a wide. No wide. So high. Um anyway, another bouncer bowled and didn't count as a wide. Surprised by that. That should have been called a wide. That's not fair. But Hassan Ali's that funny personality. When he's funny and when he's bowling well, everybody loves him. He's got the memes going. And then there's these moments where he can't seem to get anything right. And then the whole of the internet and the world goes after him. And right now, Hassan Ali's not doing himself any favors. He didn't stop that boundary, got four fours in a row from a 22-year-old county cricketer. So he's not doing himself any favors right now. And Rashid Khan is a really brave batter. That's his strength, really. He just puts a bat on the ball. That's what he's trying to do. He's not scared. He tries to get in line for the ball and really aim it well. Harry Brook doesn't really get a boundary. There's a fielder on the onside, deep mid wicket area, and Wasim has bowled four balls, and we only got one boundary off of this. So we got an interesting thing happening right now with the batting. They're just doing, you know, low risk stuff. There goes Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan is powerful. Anybody else would have hit that. You know, he just hit a six. So now we got 167 for six. It was like fuller ball outside off stump, and that's an easy swing. Really, any batter outside off, low, fuller ball. If you swing and you connect, it's a six, right? So that's what's happened. But Rashid is very strong. So his hits always go for a six when he hits like that and connects like that. Short ball. Rashid didn't even attempt, just ducked instead. Brooke really has to take charge. Now we are in the last over. All right. So again, what's the total you guys are thinking? I'm thinking we got 172 maybe. The last over is going to go to Fahim Ashraf most likely. Hassan Ali ain't coming back, or he shouldn't if Shadab is smart, which he is. Um, So yeah, we've got ourselves Fahim Ashraf probably. He was the most economical pacer, and they should be able to contain Brook and Rashid with Fahim Ashraf. Rashid is going to be harder. Oh, no. It's Waqas Maqsood. All right. Waqas, he's creating that angle and really has been very good. Very impressed, like I said, with Waqas. I didn't think after the first over he's going to be very good, but he is. He's only given 28 runs and gotten one wicket. All right. And then we got a catch. So Brook is gone. And that's it. I don't think we cross 175 anymore. Shaheen's probably going to put himself in next. Either him or Hassan Roof should come. Um, so there you go. 167 for 7. He did okay, though. Harry Brook did show himself off a little bit, represented himself well, maintained a really good strike rate, got to double digits, crossed 30. That's a good score, Harry. Well done. Went after Hassan Ali in that one over, really changed things around for himself. Strike rate of 142.30, 5 boundaries total, 37 off 26 balls. Can't complain. Very well done. That's 1 run short of Fakhar Zaman, just to put it into perspective. And that's a better strike rate than Fakhar Zaman. Fakhar Zaman went for 38 runs in 27. And Zaman had 38 runs off 27 balls with 4 boundaries, 4 fours, 1 6, and 140 strike rate. So Harry Brook in strike rate surpassed Fakhar Zaman, and you can't complain. So our top scorers right now are Fakhar Zaman, Abdullah Shafiq, and Harry Brook, and Khurram Gamran Ghulam, Muhammad Hafiz, and Phil Salt all disappointed. Ghulam scored 1, Hafiz scored 5, Phil Salt scored 2. So middle order collapse, completely destroyed by Shadab Khan and Mubassir, I should say, the spinners. So Shaheen did himself comes down the wicket, walks him down, and extra cover, boundary, gets a 4. There you go. Play like a captain, like a champ. We're at 172, 3 more balls to go. Yeah, he did that old school son of Jayasuriya. He reminded me of that Sri Lankan son of Jayasuriya. He used to just walk you down. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you bowl. I'm coming down. I don't care about your pace. I'm not scared of you. Bowl at me. Try to get me. And Shaheen swings. Strong man. Big guy. The power helps. We're at 172 for 7. Oh, Shaheen tries to do a paddle. Doesn't work. And Shaheen actually nicked it. Shaheen gone 172. That was silly. These premeditated paddle shots are, you have to have some sense of batting. Yeah, he connected, but too late. He connected very late. It was a funny shot he tried to pull off, but he's got a strike rate of 200. See how data can be misleading? Strike rate of 200. Shaheen has the best strike rate out of the entire team. But he only scored 4 runs off 2 balls, 1 boundary. And now we got Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan needs to strike, but he can't get the strike. We only have 2 balls left. And Haris Rauf is here. That makes sense. 2 wickets in the over. Man, Waqas Maqsood is having a time of his life. But it's just, oh, great. That's high. The best fielder is under it, obviously out. So we're not even getting to 175, it looks like. This last ball, let's see if our last man, Zaman Khan, can throw the bat at it and see what happens. So this is a completely, even if we get a lucky six, it'll be 178. If we get a four, it'll be 176, and it is more likely we'll get nothing. And Wakas Maksud is on a hat trick, so this is not good. In T20, this is the kind of thing that can happen. Like, you can really set up, um, you know, the bowler to have a really good day in the last overs because everyone's trying to hit in the last couple of overs. So if you get a couple of catches in, you could get a hat trick. You're more likely to get a hat trick in the last couple of overs of a T20 than your entire career playing ODI or Test cricket. That's T20 for you. All right, so this guy wasn't even ready. His helmet's not on, gloves are not on. Oh God, Lahore Qalandars, what are you doing? So Zaman Khan is here. He's the pacer. Wasn't ready at all. He's 20 years old. Yeah, he wasn't ready at all. He's still strapping his pad. What a fool. What was he doing? Was he not watching the game? Like he didn't know he could go in? Last ball. And Rashid is on strike. I don't know how it happened. Nothing. We got 2 runs. There you go. 174, 175 to win. All right, friends. So this is what we have. When we look at the scorecard again, Fakhar, Zaman, Abdullah Shafiq gave us a good start. They each scored 38 and a 44 respectively at a very high pace. Abdullah Shafiq in particular was very impressive. 44 off 24 balls, 183 strike rate. Then the collapse happened when the spinners came in. Mubassir and Shadab Khan came into bowl their 8 overs, and that just dismantled Lahore. They were not ready for it. They could not read the ball. There was a lot of turn for spinners. So Rashid Khan for Qalandar should have a good day today. And Karman, Muhammad Hafiz, and Phil Salt all went out very cheaply, didn't score much. Ghulam with a single. Hafiz scored 5 off 11 balls. Poor showing from him. Phil Salt, 2 off 3 balls. You know, didn't do anything for the team. So that's great bowling from Shadab Khan and Mubassir though. Shadab Khan was the main culprit there. Shadab Khan's got 4 wickets. Again, he keeps getting these fours. Shadab is just having a great PSL so far. And then we had Waqas Maqsood. He gets 4. I mean, between Shadab and Waqas Maqsood, you have all of Lahore Qalandars gone, right? And David Wisa didn't really do well, didn't capitalize on the 20 he made. Harry Brook was on 37 when he got out. He at least picked up the run rate, and it's because of him that we got to this 174 right now. That over from Hassan Ali really helped out. And Shaheen Shafidi, hit a 4. Rashid Khan hit a 15 off 8. And that's it. And Harry Brook is being interviewed. Let's see what he says, and then we'll wrap up. So Lahore has to get 175. So they're asking Harry about how it went out there. He said the pitch has a lot of turn on it. It was hard to get going on it. Uh, she asked him if the conditions are different because he's been in Barbados and he's been in Australia. And he's like, "Yeah, of course." No, he doesn't think this is the score is enough. He thinks the team should have done better, should have gotten a bigger total. But 175 is really not, I'm not gonna pretend that that's enough because it's not. Islamabad United has can easily achieve that if they don't lose wickets. So we need Lahore Qalandars in order to win. Need a magical spell from Shaheen Shafri. Those first 2 overs that he's gonna bowl, we need a couple of wickets. A wicket each in those overs could really help. Zaman Khan, he can go for runs, but hopefully he does better today. And Harish Rauf, when he comes in later, he's gonna have to do well. And then Rashid Khan and Muhammad Hafiz. The five bowlers. That's what we got. Um, it's very very gettable for Islamabad United. So let's hope that Lahore Qalandars keeps a really good and tight bowling spell, and we'll see what happens. All right, friends, it's been a nice live stream. Our first one. It was really enjoyable. This is your host Jay signing out. Peace.